Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Sending lots of love your way. Today we're talking Arrow Video's January 2022 slate. I've got the whole thing here. It was sent for me to review. So not only am I going to share my thoughts on the films, but we'll unpack the special features and the special packaging inherent with these releases. So stay tuned because we have a lot to talk about. There's some weird shit going on in these movies.
Back from the dead.
Arrow Video kicks off 2022 with three very different films. They couldn't be more different. We've got Mario Bava's Shock, the German film Sleep, and Red Angel, a black and white Japanese exploitation drama that, boy, it's a doozy. I'm going to save this one for the end.
Oh my.
Perhaps it's apropos to start with the Big Daddy. This is the release that I think a lot of people are very excited for. We'll start with Mario Bava's last film, Shock. Dora moves back into her old family home with her husband Bruno and Marco, her young son from a previous marriage. But domestic bliss proves elusive as numerous strange and disturbing occurrences transpire, while Dora is haunted by a series of nightmares and hallucinations, many of them involving her dead former husband. Is the house itself possessed, or does Dora's increasingly fragile grip on reality originate from somewhere far closer to home? Mario Bava's haunted house psychodrama is not great. I'm a big Mario Bava fan. I love Mario Bava. As a matter of fact, I have most of his movies on DVD, thanks to Anchor Bay. This is a movie I was not sure I was aware of or familiar with. I may have seen it, I don't remember, and now revisiting it, I understand why. I don't remember it, because it's not very memorable. This is probably most memorable for the fact that Daria Nicolodi, who, you know, is in a ton of Argento movies, and obviously is Argento's wife at one point. She was, I think she's Ozzy Argento's mother. I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that she is. You know, she's had a long, storied career in Italian horror cinema. Here she is, front and center, and she overacts like a maniac. Her reactions are insane. The finale for this movie is fan-fucking-tastic. I will say that. I love the finale for this film, but I will say the journey wasn't worth it. There's a lot of fluff there, and once you get to the end, you're like, why did we take so long to get here? This should have been solved easier, in a quicker way, in a more satisfying way, a more entertaining way. As it stands, most of the movie is Daria Nicolodi freaking out at noises and overacting at everything, and her creepy little son running around, giving Bob from House by the Cemetery a run for his money. Just be wary that this isn't a very shocking movie. It does not live up to its name. Let's take a look at the special features. You get a commentary here by the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Lucas, a friend of the channel here. You get an interview with the co-director and co-writer, Lamberto Bava, runs about 30 minutes. You get another interview with the co-writer, Dardano Sacchetti, runs 33 minutes. You get a visual essay by Alexandra and Heller Nicholas, runs 20 minutes. And honestly, it felt a little pretentious because she's gushing about this hand ornament the whole time. And I just really didn't understand how she saw so much meaning in this one little prop. Stephen Thrower shows up. He waxes poetically for about 52 minutes. Lastly, you get an interview with critic Alberto Farina, runs about 4 minutes. And it's mainly him discussing a drawing that Bava made for Daria Nicolodi. Let's take a look at the packaging real quick. You get this nice, lovely slipcover here. I do love the artwork on that. The back has that typical stuff. You have this, which is, I believe, the original poster art. And then it opens up as so. There's the disc. And you do get a reversible, which is the, you know, the case itself. Troy Howarth wrote the essay on here. Of course, friend of the channel, Troy. So he knows his Bava. Okay, let's talk about our second film, which is the German what the fuckery of Sleep. I'm frankly not sure what Sleep is about, beyond it being a pretentious, slow-burn movie that is really more interested in wasting your time than entertaining you. Tormented by recurring nightmares of a place where she has never been, Marlene cannot help but investigate when she discovers the place is real. Once there, she suffers a breakdown and is admitted to a psychiatric ward. Determined to discover what happened to her, Mona, her daughter, follows and finds herself in Steinbach, an idyllic village with a dark history. What is it that so tormented her mother and the people of Steinbach? What is the source of the nightmares she suffers? And who is the mysterious Trudy that lives in the forest? I'm going to be 100% real with you. I found Sleep to be a snooze. I just didn't get it. This is one of those A24 type slow burn, elevated horror kind of things that just don't work for me. I don't like these type of movies. And I was going in with rose-colored glasses. Like I say, I'm always on the movie side. But this thing just dragged its ass. And when we finally started to get answers, I couldn't give a shit. And I honestly didn't feel it was satisfying enough to explain the weird what the fuckery on tap for this movie. There's lots of special features on here, so let's break them down. You get a short introduction by the director and the lead actress, and it's honestly my favorite thing on here. They seem like very likable, personable people. I'm sorry I didn't like their movie better. You get a commentary here from Sean Hogan and Kim Newman. You get a 16-minute visual essay examining the masks and fairy tale aspects with Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. You get a 22-minute visual essay by Anton Beitel exploring the cultural unconsciousness and the return of the repressed. And yes, it's pretentious. You get Louise Milne, an expert on dreams, talking about the film for about 11 minutes. You get a 26-minute Zoom interview with the director and the star about the making of the film. You get a series of Zoom introductions used by cast and crew for film festivals, and this runs about 16 minutes. Then you get a BTS compilation that runs about 3 minutes, get some deleted scenes, and you get a 2-minute slideshow featuring the artwork that is featured in the film's plot. Extras packed, that's without a doubt. You get this lovely slip as well, which I think is gorgeous. But again, all of this imagery, it just feels hollow and empty when you're presented with the movie itself, which to me doesn't deliver. Here is the film. There is the disc. You do get a little reversible artwork there for the slip and a booklet. Actually, you get a poster too. I didn't notice that. You get a booklet here, lovely booklet, very glossy, lots of writings and musings. Now, I'm going to be real with you, they're probably very pretentious. That's kind of where the movie leans. And you get a poster of the cover art, which is lovely. And if you like the film, I mean, this is fucking the package to get. Look at this. Oh, wow, smells very plasticky. So you get a technically reversible poster. You get this. That is Mona, the daughter. Okay, so you get a poster, you get a booklet, and you get a ton of special features for this film. It's honestly, I'm not the audience for it, to be honest. But it's a hard film to recommend. If you like A24 slow burn type of movies, you might dig the hell out of this. If you like your horror a little more horrifying, a little, not so much cut and dry, but a little more, something with a little more meat on its bones, then this isn't for you. I'm not a big fan of it, so I honestly cannot recommend it. But let's talk about the last film on the slate for January 2022. Can you believe it? 2022 already. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about Red Angel. This one, as I mentioned, is a doozy. Directed by Yasuzo Mazamura, Red Angel takes an unflinching look at the horror and futility of war through the eyes of a dedicated and selfless young military nurse. When Sakura Nishi is dispatched in 1939 to a ramshackle field hospital in Tetsien, the front line of Japan's war with China, she and her colleagues find themselves fighting a losing battle, tending to the war-wounded and emotionally shell-shocked soldiers, while assisting head surgeon Dr. Okabe conduct an unending series of amputations. As the Chinese troops close in, she finds herself increasingly drawn to Okabe, who, impotent to stall the mounting piles of cadavers, has retreated into his own private hell of morphine addiction. Morphine addiction, amputation, and rampant rapes. If that doesn't sound like a good time, I don't know what does. Red Angel is a very strange movie. It's one that, to me, kind of hides in this weird gray line of fandom. So it's a very difficult movie for me to recommend. Namely because I don't know who the audience is for this one. The material is really exploitative. I mean, her first day on the job, she gets raped by these horny soldiers who haven't seen a woman in a long time. So she's raped by the people she has to help, which is weird. Like, why would Japan make a movie like this? You know what I mean? Because it makes Japanese soldiers look really disgusting. But it happens. So for her first day on the job, she gets raped. Then her next, occurrence with another soldier, he has his arms cut off. He goes, "Hey, can you jack me off? Because I need to release some stress." And she does it. Then she falls in love with this doctor who's addicted to morphine, and she falls in love with him. But he's basically impotent now because the morphine has like killed his wiener. There's a lot of weird exploitative elements. However, on the other side, the movie deals with them in a very almost prurient way. So what I'm trying to get at is I don't know who to recommend this to. It's a good movie, I'll say that. I'm not doing star ratings for this, but I do recommend it if you like Japanese dramas. But be aware, this is not like your typical Ozu Kurosawa type movie or Black Teskar, Toys and Giants. That was his movie, right? Toys and Giants, Giants and Toys. Giants and Toys. It's not like those type of movies. This is a very bleak, very ugly movie at times. So it's hard to recommend, but it is a good movie and definitely worth your time. Just be ready to be surprised and also underwhelmed, depending on what kind of fandom you lie in. What makes this pervy movie even stranger is the fact that there's no nudity in it. It's always prude when it comes to nudity, but the subject matter is almost no holds barred. Make no mistake, this unflinching look at battlefield heroics is not a sexy movie. We're looking at a straight-up medical drama. Ultimately, it's a perverse slice of life that has no real ending, and that was disappointing, but overall, I think it's worth a watch. Special features included commentary by David Desser, and the man, the myth, the legend, Tony Raines, of course, with a 12-minute intro. You also get a 14-minute video essay by critic Jonathan Rosenbaum. I'm going to crack the case real quick to show you what it looks like inside. You do get some extra goodies in here, which I will unpack for you. Hey, look at that. This is coming out soon, Deadly Games. You get a booklet, a really nice little thick booklet. I love the artwork on this. I want to make sure there's nothing weird in here. You get filmography. And I forget who the essay is written by. Irene Gonzalez Lopez writes about the film here. So it's a lovely little essay from her. Wow. Oh, what a smell. Reversible slip, which is always nice. I don't remember her holding a gun, to be honest, but it's there. If there's a slip on this one, I didn't get it, so I don't think there is one, actually. But this is available now. Red Angel, to me, I think is one that is worth your time and probably the one I would rate the highest here. Second, I would go with Shock. While I didn't love it, I think it's definitely something I would revisit, especially with the wealth of special features on here, like insane special features on here. So there's definitely a lot to unpack, and maybe going through all those special features, I might change my tune. Lastly, Sleep. I don't think it's worth your time. If you can find a way to maybe rent it on Amazon Prime or give it a try, you might like it. Maybe it's on Shudder. I don't know. I find it fairly pretentious and kind of unrewarding. Okay, that's Arrow for January 2022. Yay! Oh man, this is going to be a big year. I'm excited. I hope you'll join me for more of these. My friend, if you're new here, do consider subscribing. That means you and I get to hang out again. That would be such an honor and a pleasure to do so. For now, I'm going to sign off. I love you very much. This has been your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos. Take care of yourself. I want to see you again soon. So please, 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 please hang in there. Not just for me, but for yourself. But for now, signing off.